Righto. Now we come to the most interesting part of the entire seminar and the most interesting part of the game. Enduring tests and the 4 times fucking rule. The 4 times rule, the way that we beat tests. What are tests? Girls, women give us tests to find out who we really are, okay? To find out if we're active thinkers or passive thinkers, to find out if they can flirt with us. It also turns them on. It's creating banter and tension and chemistry to question us and us come back at it. And it also, like, once you're in a relationship or once things are going well, once you're even sleeping with the girl, she likes to have continued reassurance that you still have the strength that you have. So when girls give you tests, they like you to kind of argue back and win in a good way. The girl might say something like, "I'm so scared of losing you." And you'll say, "No, you have nothing to worry about. Come here." She's like, "Yay." Again and again and again and again. Just the same way that you like to continuously have sex with a girl who you're seeing. It's like you don't just have sex once and then that's it. You want her to continually engage you on that physical level, because we really get turned on by that. Girls want you to continually engage them on that emotionally strong level, because that's what really turns them on. The two go together. It's fucking fantastic. For the most part, there's 2 types of tests. There's passive tests, which are subtle, that are always ongoing. You say that to every girl you meet. Buy us a drink. We're lesbians. We're having a girls' night. That's pretty passive stuff.
Every girl you meet.
An active test is when you've really done too much and you need to back the fuck up and kind of rethink what you're doing. So an active test would be like, "Don't touch us, walk away," okay? Or, "You're done here, we really don't want to talk to you, buddy, like, enough, you'll know it in the energy."
Don't touch me.
No need to embrace you. But passive tests are pretty cool. You got to realize you want passive tests. If you're being goofy the way that I spoke about it, you'll draw a lot of passive tests. Girls will laugh at you, girls will joke about you, girls will call you too short, girls will call you stupid, girls will say, "Talk to my hand," girls will say, "Why? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" Anything that sounds like non-compliance, but the girl's not walking away or defending herself from you, brilliant. That is chemistry and that is tension. Other ways to do it, it's like banter. That's what flirting is. It's amazing. Another huge reason why we get tests from girls, which can be kind of like indifference or not, like a lack of interest, is people are usually pretty shut down when they encounter the unfamiliar. It's like something unfamiliar. Who are you? What do you want? What do you want with me? What are you doing? What are your intentions? These kind of like creepy, scary looks. That is completely normal, that you would have the same if some random guy approached you and your friends. You would give him this look like, "Hey, we're here with our friends just hanging out. What the fuck are you doing approaching us?" So that's pretty normal. If you're willing, if you know that tests exist and you understand that they help you to game the girls and get them turned on, that the interaction shouldn't look smooth or good or agreeable. It should be like argument, over time, all the way to the front door and going home. If you can get that in your fucking head, you walk into the bar ready to argue. You love fucking arguing. That's the entire goal of the night. You do it all throughout the night whilst leading them in a certain direction, at the same time complimenting them, and that's what good game looks like. So smoothness isn't good. Goofiness and argumentative is. When it comes to tests, the only way to handle them is with something that we call the 4 times rule. This is such an important part of the game. It defines who you are. It gets your results with girls. It has you leaving every interaction on your own terms and growing from the interaction and having the girls get more attracted to you because of it. The 4 times rule, in the early days, in the old videos in 2009, I would approach chicks, make one approach, hope for the best, and walk away sad and out of state, almost like overcompensating when I didn't get results. I would make kind of 2 attempts not 4, but 2 attempts to get a conversation going. And if nothing happened, I thought I was done for the night. I thought it was all over. I suck. State crash. Then, after I got my first infill video presentation done in 2010, I went out later in 2010 and I made a parody video where I got a guy to dress up super creepy, Ed Hardy shirt, oily wig, weird voice, and go and approach and harass girls, which what turned out to be a gay and lesbian bar. So this guy went over and did an approach, full creepy, 2 Swedish girls arguing. And when he went over there, he's like, "Excuse me, can you help me? Can you help me?" And the girls are like, "Shut the fuck up, go away." And he's like, he doesn't walk away. It's a test, it's a non-compliance test. The girl's like, "Shut the fuck up, go away." Remember, this is always in the context of us wanting to create interactions with girls. So them testing us and preventing that from happening, the context of you picking up girls and moving the interaction forward, them testing, non-complying and preventing it from happening. So he does the approach, the girl's like, "Shut the fuck up." Notice the 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts that he tries to create the interaction and move the interaction forward.
Yes, hello, my name is Victor. Please, my name is...
Shut the fuck up, go away.
Why, please?
Okay, so go away.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt your conversation.
No, just go.
Please, can you introduce myself? I'm very nice.
So by now he's made like probably 2 or 3 legitimate attempts. And the goal here was to troll, okay? Not to do good game, but to troll.
Sorry, I'm very...
Bye-bye.
Sorry. What's your name? Excuse me, I'm not being...
These are rejections. Fuck off, stop touching me, no you can't introduce yourself, bye-bye.
I tried to be nice there.
Okay, I'm trying to be nice.
I tried to be nice there. Very nice.
For my sake, just walk away.
Please, I'm sorry to be nice there.
For my sake, could you just
I
walk
tried
away?
to do my best in this club.
I'm sorry.
Please, can you introduce yourself?
No, I'm having a hard time right now. So could you just walk away?
I feel very bad in my heart.
Yes, just walk away then.
I feel very bad in my heart.
Walk away.
Can you please help me? Can you please help me?
Walk away.
I'm just being very nice.
So in the example of this video, he makes 4 attempts, okay? And then on the 4th attempt, something weird and magical happens. She's like, "Look, I'm having a hard time right now. I just got to speak to my friend. Could you please just walk away and leave us alone?" And that's like actually fair enough. At first, she's like, "Fuck off, go away." "Bye-bye" is the next one. Yeah, some of us have heard that in the bar before. Like, "Bye-bye, walk away, we don't want to know you." And then he holds in there like a creep. And then on the 4th attempt, she's like, "Look, let me explain to you what the fuck is going on here." Then he does wrong. He stays in and make a 5th and 6th attempt. And on the 5th and 6th attempt, it's too much. And she was about to punch him in the face. He actually gets punched in the face in the next interaction because he tries to make out with some girl's girlfriend. So I'm like, "Oi, Tim for Brown, come the fuck over here. Stop talking to the chicks." So why is it called the 4 times rule? Why 4? Why not 3 and why not 5? Because as it turns out, in human psychology, when you're trying to persuade somebody of something, it's kind of fair to ask them to do it up to 4 times. So if we were in London City and central London, and somebody here in the room had a car, and I asked you to drive me to the airport, I could fairly try to persuade you to drive me to the airport maybe up to 4 times. The conversation would go like this. I'll try to do a British accent. I'm like, "Hey mate, do you mind driving me to the airport?" Like, "Oh, I'd love to. I'm sorry, but I can't." I'm like, so that'd be my first attempt. And I get non-compliance, which is fair enough. I'm like, "Oh, you know, I'd really appreciate it. It would save me so much effort. You know, I've got heavy bags. Could you please, and I'll owe you one." It's like, "I would absolutely love to, but with the traffic and I'm really busy with work and it will take me like 3 or 4 hours, man. I simply can't do it. I've got to meet my parents." I'm like, "Really? Seriously? If you could, it'd mean the world to me. I've got my assistant, I've got my girlfriend, we've got like 5 bags, and I don't mind, you know, taking the train, but with all the bags it's so fucking hard." So making a 3rd case. 3 is okay. It's like, "Look, mate, I understand the situation, but I just simply can't. I can't break the promise that I made to my family dinner." I'm like, "Are you sure? Last chance. I didn't ask anybody else." And then the final rebuttal would be something like, look, I can't do it. Maybe I can point you in the direction of a friend who can. Otherwise, sorry, it's just going to have to be a taxi. Now, if I then made a fifth attempt, a fifth chain of argument there, say, please, then I'm sounding desperate or needy or low value or like lacking sensitivity, honestly. So the 4 times rule. So if you're going to go and approach a group of girls and you want to get that conversation open, usually the first 2 attempts in the 4 times rule comes from the girls not even understanding what the fuck you're talking about or your unique accent. So you might go and roll up on the chicks and like, hi, nice to meet you. And they're like, ah, right? Your hi, nice to meet you is 1. Then you say, are you having a nice day? Are you enjoying the afternoon? The girls are like, what? Your third attempt is, what I would say in that case is, oh, by the way, I'm not from London. You probably don't understand my accent. Then what magically happens is the girls are like, oh, you're not from London? I'm like, yeah, I'm just enjoying this bar. My friends took me here. It's pretty cool. I'm Alex. And they're like, oh, hey, Alex, you're not from London. Where are you from? Boom, then the set opens up. Then it opens up. So it usually takes 4 initiations of conversation for the set to work. Or you might roll up on a girl and she might just give you a really mean look once, twice, 2, 3, 4 times. And then she opens up after that. She's like, oh, I was just testing you. You're cool. Now, of course, girls test us to find out if you're a creepy, drunk guy who has no fucking idea or you're a regular guy who feels at home in a bar. We do it to people as well. If you meet somebody who you don't know, who you feel like wants more of your time than you want of their time, of course you're going to test them a little bit. You're going to screen them out just to see how they react and if they react in the right way. It's completely normal and you've got to expect it. Cameras, you need to expect that if you're going to go and talk to girls who have a lot of social abundance and sexual abundance, that if they're going to bring a new guy into their life, that they are entitled to screen out guys who can't deal with tests.
Excuse me, miss. Sorry, friends, guys, mates, 1 second. How you going?
Hi.
How you going? Sorry to interrupt your dancing mission, but of everyone here that I want to talk to, I want to talk to you. How you going?
The 4 times rule, an enduring test, applies to anything that you're trying to achieve in moving the set forward. If you're asking for a phone number, you're allowed to ask up to 4 times to get the phone number. If you're trying to ask the girl to dance, you're allowed to ask the girl up to 4 times if she wants to come and dance with you. So you're going to hear the conversation here where I'm like, girls, get in the car. And the girls are like, no. I say it 4 times, they magically get in. Me, you, and 2 girls are going to go in the car. No, and leave the unit. Fuck, yeah, with you. Give the unit to, he's going to drive you guys home.
It's Australia. Not.
Yeah, he is.
Who is he?
Alrighty, me, mate.
I don't get in cars with strangers.
He's my workmate.
He's a liar.
He's my workmate.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Can I see some identification?
Yes, of course. Me.
Can't make you do that.
Jump in the front.
Softball.
Out of here. In the front.
No, but it really is. I can't do that.
It's fine. You're coming. Well,
No, but
she's
I
coming.
want-
Or you can stand here in the cold or get a free lift home.
Let's get another cab.
You're 19. Don't worry about football though anymore. It's okay. Football's cool. There you go. So welcome. You know. He's our driver all night.
Thank you for being our driver.
The question was, I thought it was like rejection, leave and then come back. If you're approaching girls so aggressively that they're saying fuck off, back off, you're probably approaching way too aggressive or polarizing to begin with. So you should approach lower energy to have less rejections to create more opportunity for reapproaching. So you don't need to like approach rejection, go around up to 4 times. So instead approaching lower energy and then using the 4 times rule when it comes for after party or jump in the taxi or going for the makeout. Oh, if she's testing you in reaction to something that you're initiating, that's compliance. If she's testing you for the sake of testing you, that's not about compliance. If you're just hanging out and chatting and she's like, you're crazy, that's a passive test. If you're hanging out, good dialogue by the way, good clarification. If you're just hanging out, she's like, you say that to every girl you meet. You're like, that's a passive test. If you're like, hey, can I have your phone number? And she's like, no. I'm like, no, it's really good. Give me your phone number. It'd be a great idea. She's like, still no. I'm like, no, I'm perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm nobody. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? No. I'm like, here's my phone. We're in London, so it's 07, and I put it in her hand, then maybe she gives it to me, maybe she doesn't. If the girl doesn't give you the number after four attempts, doesn't get in the car after 4 attempts, if the girl doesn't make out with you after 4 attempts, let it be like that to show that you've got some awareness of how she feels. Maybe it's not going to be a blowout. Maybe you can't get that phone number or that date or to get them to come to the after party, but at least you haven't pissed her off. If you try to get the phone number 5 times, the make out 5 times, pull for the after party 5 times, then you're pushing a little bit too hard, and then you're going to create a situation where she's never, ever, ever going to see you again. Let me show you this example where I go for the make out up to 4 times, and then I actually bounce out because I'm not even into it. So with this girl here, in this particular situation, I have been trying to summarize if I want to decide on this girl or if I want to walk away and try to find another girl. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to make out with this chick up to 4 times. If she goes for the make out, I'll stick with her. If she doesn't, boom, I'm out of here. I'm going for a completely other different interaction. Come here.
No.
Come here.
No.
I want to kiss you. What's that? You could fall over. You're so retarded. It's hilarious.
Huh?
What's that?
And what?
You're really retarded. It's hilarious.
I'm not retarded. You're trying too hard.
What's that?
You're trying too hard.
To kiss you. All right, I'm speaking to these girls now. I did actually go for it a 4th time there, and she's like, nope. I'm like, fine, I'm going for these girls over there, and I just walk straight away. I'm like, this is not on, I'm done. The question was, and this is really important, I want to clarify this 4 times rule because it's fucking complicated. It's not that complicated, but it's extremely powerful once you know the details of it. So, question was, if you try to make out with a girl up to 4 times, she rejects you 4 times, then drop off, let it go. But if she's not going anywhere, if she's still hanging out with you, all good. Maybe you can then try for something else, for example, the phone number, or, as was the question in the audience, to have sex with her in the bathroom. And perhaps she goes for compliance with that. So the things are interchangeable. Maybe, for example, you're like, I really want to make out with you. And she's like, no, 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 4 times. But instead you just hold her by the hand, and maybe she complies with that. And that is moving the set forward, almost in a sense of like distraction by going for something big, then settling for something small. The question was, each time that I go for the 4 times rule, I try to get the girl more comfortable with me. In the set with the girl from Sweden, who was saying that I was trying too hard, that I was a player, I asked for her phone number twice. It's like, hey, can I have your number? We can be friends. She's like, no, you're a player. So I've asked once. I'm like, no, it'll be nice. We can just be friends and I don't need to play you. I ask again. That was the 2nd time. She laughs it off. Then I talk to her for another 5 minutes. We joke a little bit. I ask for her phone number. I'm like, do you have a Swedish number? She's like, laughs again. Yes. Do you have a phone number? And then we'll do Facebook. Because I'm not going to, no, oi! We sing a little bit. I'm like, how do I spell your name? I spell it wrong. She laughs at me again. And then I finally give it to her. She gives it to me. But that did come after a lapse of 6 minutes of taking the pressure off. And I saw that girl again the next night. Even though she didn't give me her phone number 4 times, the next night she texts me, comes over and has sex. What the fuck, right? So, yeah, absolutely. I don't know how the Swedish number works.
Is that my phone number you want?
And then I'll get your name and I'll put it in Facebook. The question was, Alex, people say that it's madness to attempt to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, but still get the same result in relation, in this case, to compliance with women, asking for a phone number, going for a makeout or whatever. But this is not that serious. This is not like an entire lifestyle thing. If you're on a diet and I have a pizza because, you know, the kitchen at the hotel is broken and all they have now, there's a fire and all we have now is they've ordered 100 pizzas. And you're like, I'm on a diet. I want to get a 6-pack. I'm like, buddy, you should try this pizza one time. You're like, nope. I'm like, it's so good. Do you want some pizza? Like, nah, I'm on a diet. I'm like, fucking good pizza. Hey, pizza? You're like, no. I'm like, do you want some pizza? You want some pizza? You want some pizza? Hey man, pizza? Like, fucking fine, I have a fucking pizza. So yeah, you're right in terms of like trying the same thing with, you know, finances and lifestyle and diet and planning and education, things like that. But this is a little bit more superficial. Sometimes the 4xRule works just to get someone to shut the fuck up, you know. So it's a lot more superficial or lighthearted. Great question. It's cool because after you've made some really respectable, decent attempts to get that chick, she's going to really like the attention. It's like Mr. Asif is in her life, right? This guy, smart guy, strong guy, social guy, intelligent fucking guy, he's giving me all this attention. I don't know why I'm not kissing him. I don't know why I never let him up to my apartment after we hang out. And you try 4 times to go into her apartment or 4 times to bring her into your apartment. 4 times she doesn't do it. And imagine you're walking her to your apartment on that 4th attempt. You've holding arms on dates. You're kissing, you're nuzzling, you're telling stories, you're drinking red wine, whatever amazing experience it might be. And you're like, if she doesn't come up on this 4th attempt, well, fuck it. It's the 4th date. I really, really like this chick. There's no reason why she can't come, not even have sex, but just feel comfortable in my home, which you would think that she would do out of respect. If she doesn't come up and she kind of rejects you there at the front door again, then at that point you can pretty much break up with her. Be like, you know what? I really, really, really like you. I'm falling for you and I love it. I have no apologeticness about that whatsoever. But if you're not into me, and you're not willing to take this further, I've got to move on because I've got to, you know, I'm very, very strong emotionally. I almost said I've got a big heart. I'm extremely emotionally strong. I'm a passionate fucking guy, and at the moment it's going towards you, but I'm not getting any back. And I'm going to let you off at this point because otherwise I'll get frustrated, and I don't want to put frustration onto you. Let's be friends. Befriend her at that fucking point so you have resolution so you can move the fuck on. And then what's she going to do? She's like, oh, he just fucking broke up with me after the 4th date. Okay, now this could be an extreme example, but a ruthless guy, the guys who I know have slept with more than 300 girls, they're going to be thinking, what the fuck is this chick doing? This is stupid. I don't want to date a girl who has an issue about visiting a guy's house. I'm just using a hypothetical example here. So then you move the fuck on, start dating other chicks, and maybe she texts you and she's like, hey, I'm ready to come visit now. And you're like, I don't know if you are. I'll believe it when I see it. So then the shoe is on the other foot. She's fucking chasing you. It's such an awesome effect. But you've got to kind of fast track that resolution to switch the dynamic over. And what I'm saying here, what we call this, I'm skipping ahead, is that rejection is a part of the process. By asking her to accept you, honoring the 4xRule, seeking resolution, if she doesn't fucking go for it, well, fair enough. Go out and meet 10 other fucking women. You know, that old thing from the game in 2003. At the end of the night, I'm asking the girl to come inside. We drive home. I ask her to come inside to see photos. And she's like, I don't know. So I ask nicely, actually 5 times in this case, because it's at the very end of the night. And it's more like I'm encouraging, and then other times I'm firmly asking and making the move. So it's a bit of a blur between the two. Sometimes I'm like, you should come in, other times, let's go. When I'm being directly asking for compliance, then I can ask up to 4 times, and usually I get compliance. If I don't, then you need to drop off, otherwise it's too intense, it's over the top, and you need to have a sociological personal boundary, right? If you're too pushy and you just ask for the same thing 10 times, that's being like downright fucking creepy and weird. Some guys, I mean the guy in the interaction, he's like, let's burn this to the ground with Keno. And what that means is like try to kiss a girl or grope a girl like up to 10 or 15 times until they, freak the fuck out. This is mental. You're entitled to your actions in this free world in a just way, in a fair way, like up to 4 times. If there's a girl in a bar with you, you are allowed to approach her up to 4 times, or ask for her number up to 4 times, or try to dance with her up to 4 times. That's within reason. You are a pushover if you try once or twice and give up. You're a pushover if you try 3 times and give up. You're standing up for yourself. This is a huge fucking point. If you go for what you want, asking the girl to come to your house, asking the girl to dance, offering to buy a girl a drink, trying to lock arms with a girl in a club, anything that moves the interaction forward, makes it more intimate, allows you to spend more time with her. If you ask for something for 4 times, example, I really want to make out with one of the gorgeous girls from the other videos that didn't go all the way. If I try to kiss that girl 4 times and she's like, no, I try again, I distract her, try again, and I don't get it after truly going for what can be a ballsy move of going for the makeout, and I still don't get it after that 4th time, I can look myself in the eye, in the mirror, and be like, self-respect. You went for what you wanted to go for, you were, you stood up for yourself, you weren't a pushover, the girl loved the attention, the girl loved that what you did, you believed in, and you really wanted it for her specifically. You're not just kind of fishing for pussy, you're actually making connections with chicks that you actually like, and then she really likes the genuine affection and the genuine attempts to create something with her, and you walk away having self-respected that you did things on your own terms for the greater good. That's the essence of the 4 times rule. Even if you don't get the phone number, the makeout, the pool, the isolation, win the friends over, the girl buying you a drink, the date, the text, whatever it might be, the sex when you're back at home without getting into too much intimacy, you can be like, well, I tried, girl, I like you, I made an effort for you, and I understand now that I'm going to back the fuck up. Okay, I understand that now. But please feel flattered because you're the one that I wanted the action from for all of these reasons. Back off and tell the girl that, if it's not going to be with you, I want you to know that I wanted it to be with you, but now I've got to go for other girls. Okay, because I'm a guy and I do want action. So we spent the whole night together. I really want to get this girl into my apartment to close the deal. Come on, I'm going to share my photos for a little minute.
What photos?
I'm a photographer. I'm really nice photographer. Let's let them go. I'll just show you my photos for a little while.
You're right.
Yeah, just a little while. Just like 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I'm getting paid for the taxi for 5 minutes.
No, I'll pay for the taxi. Well, no.
You're right.
Promise. Pinky promise.
I don't think so.
Promise. Have my credit card. I promise. My frequent flyer points pays for the taxi.
You what?
I promise that my frequent flyer points pays for the taxi. And if that means I can hang out with you, that's awesome.
If you what?
If I can hang out with you for 5 minutes, I would definitely...
5 minutes?
Yep.
Seriously, 5 minutes?
And then the frequent flyer points pays for the taxi.
You're 5 points.
Frequent flyer points, yes.
You're right.
Because Blue One lost my luggage, they gave me 1 million frequent flyer points. Taxi, shopping, some
You
money.
need a credit card, right?
I have to charge it through my credit card, a receipt. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, but I don't have a credit card.
I use it when you get in the taxi. Go on. And let them go. Come on. So my friend and a girl are in the front of the car. So I'm doing this under the premise that we are setting them up. At least let them go.
Huh?
Let them go. At least let them go. Yeah.
You're not going to the same address.
What's that?
You're not going to the same address.
Let her go with him.
Huh?
Let her go with him. Come on, 5 minutes. Come on.
Oh, stop.
Okay,
Yeah.
Be good. Be good.
I'm all good,
Be good.
5 minutes?
Don't worry, I'll take
5
care
minutes,
of
yeah.
myself.
And a free taxi.
And you live alone?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Yes, I do. Let them go already. Come on. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. But I really want my friends to have
Wait a second.
love. I need to pee. the beauty of the 4x rule. I know that people here in the game, watching this online at home, in the forums, you might have a doubt, 100% doubt that you are enough. Even in the room right now, show of hands, who has fluctuations in belief that they have the best game of anyone in the world? Fluctuations in the belief, right? Dave? Good. Yeah, that's right. It's like, no, I know best. You know best, exactly. Now, when you honor the 4x rule, when you always walk away on your terms, it's cool because you walk away like it was impossible. Nobody could get her. And you start to rationalize to yourself that if it could be done, I could do it. But it was impossible, therefore I'm perfect. I've got the best game in the world. That nice little bit of self-assurance and arrogance is really fucking good. So when you endure the test, when you're not a pushover, when you walk around in nightclubs willing to fight for what you want to achieve, then you very, 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 very quickly consolidate that sense of self. You have that I am enough feeling because you're always doing things on your terms. In terms of consistency that some guys spoke about here, if you're never letting yourself be a pushover, if you're never walking away at the first opportunity, if you're walking up to girls willing to argue, willing to engage and argue what you're trying to achieve, then you really, really quickly walk around like, I am enough. There's no reason I'm not enough. And that phrase that I want you to use is that you have the best game in the world. Better than any other guy, okay? Which every guy needs to think because it drives fucking natural selection. I talked about approaching engaged. I know that I'm going to get little tests from girls all the entire time. When I was learning game in 2006, I wished I could read a manual, follow 11 steps, and get chicks into bed to have sex. Say this, do this, be ready for this, whatever. But there are no steps. You need to be engaged and responsive to whatever the fuck is going on in front of you, which in this case is dealing with non-compliance in the 4x rule manner. So when you think about the 4x rule and you say to a girl, hey, come with me into my apartment, hey, come with me to the after party, hey, can I have your number? You never ask for the phone number, hopefully. Like, hey, I hope to have your phone number, rejected. Instead, I'm going to be approaching engaged. Hopefully we get some camera over here, or even Toby. So focus on this guy's head. It's like, I approach engaged. It's like, if I'm going to get this number, I know I'm probably going to have to fucking argue for it, or the Instagram or the Facebook, and be like, hey, can I have your number? It's like, fucking argue with me. See if you're going to lose this argument. I want your phone number. Hey, you want to make out? The girl's going to be like, I don't know. I'm like, I do fucking know. At least up to 4 times, right? So you have that fucking gleam in your eye, not just, hey, nice to meet you. I hope something happens. It's like, hey, nice to meet you. This is going down, at least until you reject me 4 times, right? So then you walk around in your life with that spring in your step again. It's like, anyone want to fucking take me on? I'm ready. I dare you to fuck with me. You know, yeah, okay, so here it was like a dream within a dream. It's like Inception or something, right? So it's like on the first attempt, you can 4x rule the first attempt. And the second attempt, you can 4x rule the second attempt, is basically what you're asking. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I would be like, I really want this, and then when I'm done, I'm done. But you leave on a positive. You leave and you say, you know what? Look, just so you know, here's the reasons why I wanted your number. Because you're the most confident, the most elegant, the coolest, the most aura of any girl here. And fair enough if I'm not your type. Fair enough. I've got to go look at myself after that. But at least let me walk away knowing that you feel flattered. Okay, I get it. I respect that. Maybe you got a boyfriend, maybe you're not available. But feel affection. Okay, from a smart guy. That's what you would say. If you go back then and try to run that process again, you kind of break the respect of it. You break the diplomacy of it. And what's a really beautiful thing, that rejection is a part of the process. If you try to get that girl 4 times to dance with her and make out with her in a regular club, I'm thinking of a club in Polk Street in San Francisco. You try to get the girl 4 times and she's like, nope, nope, nope. You're like, look, if this is not going to happen, I understand that, fair enough, respect. I've got to go for somebody else. But if you see me with a different girl, it was you I wanted first. There's such an awesome, strong takeaway effect that happens when you next her after going for her properly, when you next her and go for another girl, but you have to have exerted yourself and your energies and your affection onto her thoroughly before you next her. You know, a lot of guys out there, if you're watching this on the program at home, you are going to be hoping something happens with a certain girl. Maybe the girl that you're meeting in the bar, maybe a girl who you're trying to see on a date, maybe a friend of a friend. And you need a fucking resolution. How do you get a resolution? Is try to get that make out, try to get her on a date, try to hook up with her at a party up to 4 times. And if it's not going to fucking happen, you're resolved, you're gonna stop being an emo little bitch, pining over some girl who you don't know what's happening with. Make your moves, go for the make out. She'll actually like that another confident guy is trying to make out with her, regardless, as long as you're hygienic. She's gonna like the physical attention if you're diplomatic and respectful about it. But if you know how to pull the pin after 4 attempts, be like, you're fucking gorgeous. If it's not on, it's not on. I can deal with that. It's not easy, but I can. But I want to go find a girl who it is on with because I want to show a girl a good fucking time. And if it's not you, it's got to be somebody else. Respect. So you always have resolution. There's none of this fucking around between does she like me, does she not? I hope something happens. You go in, you try to make something happen, and if it doesn't, next. Exactly. His question was, great question. Alex, you have this kind of game where you're making the girls comfortable and compliant and relaxed, so you don't get a lot of resistance. So I oftentimes don't need to use the 4 times rule. Exactly. When I was younger, I was belligerent. I was thinking very me win, no idea if she wins. Okay, now I'm thinking what is win-win? Make her comfortable, appreciate her, fuck around a little bit, talk about how cool I am. I'm thinking win-win. When I was younger, I didn't think win-win, and therefore she would be non-compliant or resistant or divergent or evasive from what I wanted to do. So now that I'm older, now that I've evolved my game, I've created my best path of least resistance so that I can enjoy the interaction as best as I possibly can. So that the only resistance I get is like fun, banter, passive tests where it's very easy for her to come to my hotel, jump in a taxi with me, go on a date with me, hang out with me, make out with me, have sex with me, that kind of stuff. Walking around in life willing to be combative with people who are non-compliant or who argue with you. People like, for example, in the hotel, really, really great example. In the hotel, we did an infield video seminar last week. We had a room like this, like equipment like this, and I live 1 block from the hotel, actually like 2 blocks, and I didn't want to walk all the equipment home to my house to put in there. I just wanted to go straight to dinner. So, because I'm walking around engaged and living and honoring the 4 times rule in life in general, I'm like, hey, can I check my bag? We just did the seminar. I don't want to take it all the way home because I live 4 blocks away and I'm late for dinner at the restaurant next door. It was actually the restaurant that was associated with the hotel. Now, what does the hotel owner say? No, you can't check your bag in this hotel, even though I'm paying 5 times as much for a seminar room as an accommodation room. I'm like, we're continuing the seminar tomorrow, okay? I'm like, we understand, we're not staying here. I wouldn't normally ask, but it's very heavy equipment, not that expensive. Can you just check it with all of your other stuff and we'll collect it tomorrow? Do what you need to do. I'll even pay £20 if you need me to. So he non-complies again twice. He's like, no, it's against policies. It's against policies to keep somebody's bag of somebody who's not a guest of the hotel. I'm like, well, I am a guest of the hotel because I'm, working in the seminar downstairs and we're working overnight. It's just some expensive stuff, some heavy stuff I didn't want to cart around everywhere. We're going to be back at 10 a.m. tomorrow. He's like, no, we don't know what's in your bag. We don't really know who you are. I'm like, well, you do because I, signed up, gave you my ID, my credit card, my details, and I swear to God, I'm not a terrorist. I don't want to blow up your building from the inside with the seminar equipment. And he's like, well, you know what? We don't normally do this, okay? I want you to know that we don't normally do this. We don't let people who are not staying at the hotel keep their bags here, but we will in your case. So I'm like, it's so fucking stupid. I was always going to win that argument. I was always going to get to keep my bag in the hotel overnight so my assistant could set it up ready for the next day. Obviously. But because I'm engaged, it's something about people who live life engaged, people who are willing to stand up for what they're trying to achieve to a diplomatic point without being pushy, that they come into allegiance with other people who are willing to argue for themselves. There's people in the world who are followers, who are passive thinkers, who take everything dogmatically. If they get it, like everything's a yes or a no to them. There's no room to move. If something doesn't work once, they give the fuck up and they're like failures. If you go through life willing to argue what you want, you can create space where there was none. If the girl's like, I don't know if I should leave my friends and go home with you, you just like, why not? Argue why not 4 times, see what happens. Then all of a sudden, normal became an adventure, okay? When you walk around with the 4 times rule in mind, the things that you want to achieve, you see adventure and you envision possibilities and you see potentials in people that they never even fucking considered. Because for the most part, people are just trying to keep up in life. Whatever they see happening around them, they sense it to be like the truth. They can't be questioned. They're like, fuck it, I need to accept that. It sucks. So this is really the options of being a leader and creating options where they shouldn't even exist. So picture yourself next time you're in a situation. You're asking a girl, a gorgeous girl, a hot girl to make out with you. A girl who's kind of out of your league. High heels, taller than you, gorgeous blonde hair. And you go for the makeout. Or you kind of get into a position to go for the makeout. Grab your fucking balls and think 4 times rule. Think of me in the seminar in front of Social Encrypted here. Where's the fucking thing? Social Encrypted 4 times rule with my half broken hand. Are you going to go for the makeout 4 times? Your heart's going to be beating. You're going to be freaking the fuck out. Go for it once. The girl's going to be like, what? And then she's going to kind of recover. Go for it twice. She's going to be like, I don't make out with guys in the corners of bars. Then take a deep breath. You have the option now of stopping and being a pushover, or you can go for it a 3rd time. Grab your balls, be proud of yourself, put your hand around her shoulder and try to go for it again. She's going to be, what the fuck? I'm like, you can even say it out loud. I want to hear stories of this on our forum. I'm like, 4 times rule make out. She's going to be like, and then look her in the eye and like, you'll have this resolve in your motherfucking eye. You'll be like, I'll try to show the crowd here. It's like, I'm going for this. I'm ready. I want this. I know what I fucking want, and I know that I want you. Why do I want you? It's fucking fun. You're gorgeous. I like where this is going. I see the potential in this. It's cool. I like to fight for what I want. That's what it is to be a fucking guy, to be a man. It's awesome. Look her in the fucking eye and be like, I'm going for it. This is your last chance. And so many times it's worked for me that way. And the girl, you actually, that's literally seduction. You kind of like win the frame battle and you seduce her into doing something that she didn't originally plan on doing just by believing in yourself and creating something where nothing existed before. It's a fucking magical thing. And because we all follow instructions and because too many people are students of the game, not have the best game in the entire room, Frenchies, who has the best game in the world?
Me.
Who?
Me.
Who has the best game in the world? You're like, don't even question my best game in the world. Exactly. If you look at the girl like, I have the best fucking game in the world, what the fuck do you expect is going to happen? That's the X factor. That's what, by learning from this program, is going to set you apart from the former self that you've been and everyone else out there as well. I talked about monopolizing your emotions. When you do things on your terms and not on other terms, when you're not a pushover or easily pushed out of set, walk around approaching on the way that you want to, you never feel like you're doing things for other people or at the beck and command of other people. So the 4 times rule helps you to monopolize your emotions and never be reactive or never think on anybody else's terms. And the 4 times rule is about playing to win, playing to fucking win. If you go for that makeout with that gorgeous hot girl in high heels in the bar, always remember this phrase. You may not win, but you can't lose. You're entitled to go for what you want in this free society that we live in. You may not win, but you can't lose. It's a no-lose proposition. You have all the potential to win. And alpha male guys who think attractively, they are the kind of guys who almost seek the impossible. They're like, I want to try to win something here that really I shouldn't go for. That's what a girl wants to fucking be with. And the 4xRule as a dynamic, as setting yourself a very reasonable limit of how hard you can push for something before you completely withdraw, that's the best way to come into that internal power and value and amazing game and responsivity and being engaged everywhere that you fucking go. The 4xRule is the best way to do it.